All right, legends, what's going on? My name is Robert Woods. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to buy a business. I think what's important when it comes to buying a business is understanding the basics. Throughout this study session, I'm going to talk about just how to find money. I think everybody knows what a business is, and everybody, I think, intuitively can understand how to go and talk to a business owner. But in this study session today, we're going to talk about how to get the money, which is a huge aspect about that. So before I jump into that, I'm going to talk a little bit about who I am. Then we'll jump into where to find a business, how to find the money. Of course, that's going to be the bulk of it. And then the acquisition process. The study session is not meant to be a long one. It's meant to be a strong one. Let's go. So this is brought to you by Woods Ventures. It's a private equity firm focused on acquiring home services businesses as well as um, practical businesses like CPA firms and other businesses that are integral to the success of any business. So a little bit about me. I went to Howard, Fordham, and Columbia for school. At Columbia, that's where I really gained a love for the real estate development industry, and that's where I learned a lot about it. And that's where I realized, oh, okay, I can really do this at a high level. In that school, they teach you specifically how to become a millionaire or billionaire through real estate development. A lot of it has a lot to do with relationship skills, presentation skills, and the ability to analyze a deal and bring it to fruition in a nutshell. There's a lot that goes into it, but we'll just leave right there for now. I've also been an M&A searcher for the past 5 years, unsuccessfully, but I've had a lot of ups and downs throughout the journey so far. So I want to share a little bit about that as we go along, as you get to know me a little bit better and vice versa. Presently, from a 9 to 5, I'm a real estate developer in the energy sector. More specifically, we build battery storage facilities in the New York City area for the sake of resilience and basically improving the grid's capacity. Um, and we're essentially replacing peaker plants with clean energy as a resource. My 5 to 9, I'm focused on buying businesses. If you talk to any of my friends and ask them, what does Rob typically talk about? It's going to be buying businesses age. So that's really what I'm focused on. And I know if you're here, that's what you're focused on too. So let's get it. Number one, how to find a business. Simple, 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 simple. Biz, buy, sell. This is where you're going to see a lot of different types of businesses. You'll get to see the types of businesses you like, the types of businesses that are out there that are kind of tangential to what you already do, or some things that are directly related to what you do. Even if they're not directly related to what you do, it's still okay. You can still reach out and check to see if that business is good for you. Another option could be manual outreach. What I do is I build a list of businesses in the area that I'm focused on, and then I just start calling us. They call it smiling and dialing. I just start calling. I also recently hired someone that makes the calls for me while I'm at work. And I think that's been really beneficial. And the machine is working. I'll just say that. All right. So, how to find the money? First of all, banks. Pretty simple. I mean, it's pretty easy to understand that banks are the institutions that have money, but a lot of times we don't know what to say or what to do when it comes to accessing that capital that they have. And so, one of the most important things you can do is go to a bank, make a relationship with the bank, open an account at the bank, and if they are an SBA preferred lender, most likely they have a sales office or a salesperson or a sales team that's looking to make deals. So start talking to them about the potential of the deals that you want to make, and they'll probably get some information on you if they don't have it already, and start the conversation. Eventually, you'll bring a deal to them that looks good, something that you can actually afford, or something that seems like a good fit for them, and they'll work with you. Some banks don't like the certain businesses, so some banks might say, "Hell no" to every single restaurant that comes in here. We don't fund hotels. We don't fund ground up construction, etc. But some banks do. A lot of those banks aren't necessarily in your neighborhood. I do have access to an SBA preferred lender. It's actually one of the top 100 lenders in the country, and I basically can get deals done through them. But I think what's important is the relationship you build with the the banker or the banker broker or the loan broker, whoever you can find to help you get that money, because they're going to curate that message, that narrative to the underwriters and the powers that be uh, on your behalf. So they can use some of their goodwill, some of their social capital and professional influence to help you get the opportunity. So that's kind of what I'm here for, to help you get access to more capital, also find more deals. The other option is friends and family. So a lot of people might say, bro, if I'm looking for a business that costs $1 million or $4 million, I for damn sure can't go to anybody in my family or close circle of friends and ask for some bread. I totally understand that. But think about what types of people or what the friends that you actually have or the family that you have. Even though they may not be rich, even though they may not be driving Ferraris, I can almost assure you that most people want to make more money. And so a lot of people don't realize that they have access to lines of credit, or certain lines of credit. So based on their jobs and things like that. So let's just say a teacher has a regular house, car, everything like that. They have good credit. They might have access to a $50,000 line of credit. You go on Karma, you can check out your, go to Credit Karma and check out your uh, borrowing power. You might be able to see, oh, shoot, they have 50, they have access to 50. My cousin has access to 50. My mom got access to 125. My dad has access to 100. Hmm. It only costs 5% down to actually buy one of these businesses, depending on the lender you're working with. Huh. So if a business is actually being sold for 3 million, let's just call it $2 million, the down payment for that business could effectively be $100,000. We're just taking out fees and other additional costs, but let's just say effectively $100,000 is what you would need to buy a a business that's worth $2 million, probably generating a million or more, and has some sort of EBITDA of, let's just call it 2 or 300,000, 400,000. You can make a move with that if you build your presentation, make the offer compelling, let your family and friends know that you'll pay them back within a certain amount of time, and they trust you. They might want to do a deal with you. In addition to that, if a person, my boy Brent has a great phrase. He says, "People don't recognize your movement until you're moving." So once, let's say your aunt has access to 50, she's like, "Look, I'm trying to go buy a new furniture set. I'm not gonna give you my whole 50, right? But listen, what can you do with 15 grand? You might be able to do a lot with 15 grand. You get 3 or 4 more family members or friends to pitch in 10, 15, 20, and they might be able to help you out. Now, have I done this? No. Have I heard about this being done? Yes. Have I asked my friends and family? Yes. Have they said yes? No, they haven't. This is a strategy that I know exists, and that's why I'm sharing it. Friends and family. All right. The next thing is LinkedIn. So there are plenty of entrepreneurial investors on LinkedIn that just lurking around. They may not even post, but entrepreneurial investors are there, and they're looking for people like you with big deals, small deals. Some people just like laundromats. Some people just like cleaning businesses. Those people are on LinkedIn and they're looking for you. I think one of the best things you can do is just post a little bit, just letting people know about what you're doing, what you're seeing, what your goals are. And ultimately, people may find you. I just got a message from somebody 2 days ago that said, "Hey, glad that we're in the M&A searcher community together." I have no idea who that is. I responded and I said, "Hey, how far along are you on your search?" And they didn't respond. So just saying, um, investors and other people that are looking for businesses are out there. So don't discount what LinkedIn can do for you and for your relationship building endeavors. But I also will say that it's not a silver bullet, and it's important to basically make connections with people and leave them alone. Don't press them. Don't spam them. Just try to build a relationship through your own content, and then through things that you see them do. Check out their behaviors. Are they liking and posting some of the same things that you're liking and posting? You can eventually merge those worlds together, have a good conversation. You might end up hitting it off. I've met a few people on LinkedIn that are not even investor specific, but people that are or have been looking to help me do certain things. So um, I think it's important to keep an open mind when it comes to the investors that may support your deals, because they might be within a few degrees of separation. Right. The next piece is institutional investors. For me, I think the biggest institutional investor that I know does SBA deals is Live Oak Bank. They are, if not the biggest, one of the biggest SBA preferred lenders and institutional investors. They do help people find other investors for their deals sometimes, from what I've learned. But they're there, and they are there to help because they want to make money as well. More searchers are entering the market every single day, such as myself, such as you, and they're looking for people just like us. They're looking for people to meet, to cultivate relationships with, to review, to analyze deals with, and eventually you might just get a deal with them, or you might end up working alongside them on a deal. You never really know where the beauty of serendipity can take you. And the next thing is the process. Okay. So if you're a self-funded searcher, just go ahead and reach out to a lender, maybe start your loan application, see what's possible. Then you're going to continue to sift through confidential information memorandums. They call them SIMs, not the game. I know, silly. They call them SIMs. And so you can sift through those and you can start to see which types of SIMs are good, what kinds of SIMs are bad, what kinds of companies have great SIMs, what companies have terrible SIMs or, sloppy looking SIMs. It's really important to review these and basically cultivate your eye for finding good opportunities that suit you and the skill sets that you have and that you can bring to the market. Basically, a SIM is it's just a PDF document. Typically, it just tells you details about the business and how much it's making. Then build an investor deck. That's what I'm working on right now. Doing a capital raise for some businesses. I'm working on buying, and right now I'm in the process. I'm in the phase in my life where I understand that I'd rather have half of a watermelon than half of a grape. So breaking bread with institutional investors or some sort of an investor that wants to get 20% on their money, if they give me a portion of the down payment to acquire a business, I'm probably going to do it. Okay. So that's why building an investor deck is really important, because it helps you shape your narrative and it shows that you have a clear and organized as well as a concise method for acquiring businesses. Also, you can be able to see what they like about your deck, and they may even provide some updates or some guidance based on the questions that they ask, but also the things that they um, require from people that are looking to invest. Okay. So reach out to investors, and just in order to curate your outreach method, I think it's good to have a system of maybe three or more per week, and just start to, if you have the slow mentality, the slow growth mentality, reach out to a few people a week and then adjust the outreach method, adjust what you're saying, depending on who you're reaching out to, and just curate that. But then you might go with the 100 mentality and just hit up 100 people a day, just like Hormozy or something. Who knows? whatever you want to do it, but reach out to people as much as you possibly can or on a consistent basis. So today we talked about a lot of things. We spoke about how and where to find a business, how to find the money to acquire a business, and then the process in which you can use to um, reach out to people that might want to invest with you on one of your deals. So that was just a quick study session on how to buy a business and how to find the money. If you have any questions, if you want any help, or if you want to dive into more stories about what I've learned throughout the last 5 years, I can definitely talk to you about that and make more content around that. But until we meet again, my name is Legendary Rob, Robert E. Woods III. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.